गुरुभ्यो श्रीमदानन्दतीर्थभगवत्पादाचार्योभ्ये नमो नमः। नारायण परिपूर्ण गुणार्णवाय विश्वोदयस्थितितोलय नियतिप्रताय ज्ञानप्रताय विबुधासुरसौख्य दुःखसत्कारणाय विददाय नमो नमस्ते। यो विप्रलिम्ब विपरीतमतिप्रबोधान् वादान्नरस्य कृतवान् भुवितत्ववादं सर्वेश्वरो हरिरीति प्रतिपादकं तं आनन्दतीर्थमुनिवर्यं नमामि। पूज्याय राघवेन्द्राय सत्यधर्मरताय च भजतां कल्पवृक्षाय नमतां कामधेनुवे। सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। Welcome friends once again to the episode of Kathopanishad. We have come to the last two mantras of Valli-3 of the first Adhyaya, that is the first chapter, the third portion. In these last two mantras we have come to an end. So far we have seen the great concept that has been imparted by Yama to the young Nachiketa, through him to the entire mankind we have seen. So that last two mantras we said, because it is considered to be Palashruti, because what is the benefit one is going to get in his journey to find himself elevated to the level, to which, he has been striving internally through his reflections all through. Till such time you embark upon such a journey inside, you will not come to know, because what is that, is going to wait for. But till such time, because once you have embarked upon the journey, you will find it as you go by, how the things that have been considered to be very dear to you turn out to be slowly unimportant, at times meaningless, sometimes, because it is temporarily meaningful. Otherwise, it doesn't have any great value for your own development. What is the final development what we talk about? Finally, when you get to attain the status of the highest status of your intellectual capacity and transcend that to the highest possibilities you can achieve, you are not able to tap your potential till such time you are able to embark upon the internal journey. Why we say, it's so, because why it's not able to, we have been doing everything what is available in the world. We have been put into the school, and we have joined, we have just gone into the, we have gone to the college, and we have got to the universities, we have got our degrees, and we have also embarked upon our profession. Why that is so important, that is one has to get into the internal journey and all, because we have been doing that. That's what the whole world is doing it, we are doing it. But when you are doing it, you will not be, are you able to apply at every moment to the perfect happiness of yours? Are you able to be satisfied with whatever you are doing? Are you able to get on to what you want to? And even when you want to do something, have you ever found out, because whether it is the right thing for you to do, or you got, something which is much better to do, which is awaiting, and whereas, are you wasting the time on something, in which, you perhaps, perhaps you don't have the aptitude, or whether you will not be able to enjoy. The purpose is, whatever we are going to do, whatever we are doing in this life, and whatever we are going to do in future, whatever we have done earlier, we should be able to enjoy what we are doing. It's not that, because you will only be, see, because if you are only going to look out for what is that, action what we have taken is going to give us, we will continuously in the stream of confusion, and we will be having quite a bit of depression at times, disappointment. Sometimes we will be elated very highly, because that will be a sort of a temporary elation. Subsequently, we may again fall back. For instance, I will be sharing, because some of the experiences that has come about. A gentleman who has been working for Microsoft at a very senior level, and he has been growing in the organization, almost more than 18 years of service he has put in. Suddenly, he got a pink slip on his email. Nowadays, no one gives the pink slip. It comes as a black and white email to you suddenly on a particular day. They said, his services are dispensed with. He got so angry. I have worked for this organization so long. I've dedicated myself, and I have contributed to so many projects. And in fact, because I have just been taking care of my family as I should have, nor I have done any of the things which I would have otherwise liked to do in my life. Having done all these things, why it is happening to me? You will be having a frustration, you will be having an anger. But then, you see that, because finally, it's going to remain with you. Because then, because the gentleman has written in his own experience that feeling, because that disappointment, that sordid feeling was there for quite some time, but he took a sort of a sudden, because the decision to get over it by just focusing on something else we can do. But it so happened, he walked, because the night has become a day, and he worked day and night and thought about what he should be embarked upon. He embarked, and finally he has become a successful CEO of his own organization. And perhaps, because he has been considered to be one of the expert in the field, in which he has started the organization, and he has got quite a bit of clientele, friends, and others, who are coming to him. Now he is able to employ a lot of people, and he is able to give the opportunity to a lot of the people who have got the talent. They didn't have the opportunity. He was able to give because he found a new line of thinking, new line of ideas that has come about. So therefore, what happens in this world, and how to avoid, because the sudden, the disappointment that may take over us, which will not allow us to focus and further progress in the life, and how we have to gather ourselves with all our, because the skills as well as the mental attitude to go about and further, the see the what about go forward, with our own ideas and thinking. This will be only enabled, when you have, your own internal conviction. The conviction comes not, just like that. It comes, conviction comes out of the confirmed thoughts, and the confirmed, you are able to establish yourself in your skill, in your sort of a confidence. Your confidence should be bold, it should be bolstered by your will to go for that. As well, you are doing for a great purpose. You are not going to look for immediately, because when you start an organization, you will not become, it's going to be a multi-million-dollar organization. It will be a small seed, because you may find even difficult to get the capital for that, and because you may finally try to gather the capital and can gather the talent pool, and finally you will start something. It germinates into something of a worthwhile idea, and then, because it takes off, because other inputs coming about, when you are able to share the vision, as we have said in the earlier, and the vision is being shared by everyone, and then the organization, there is no end to the organization, because the mission and vision, what we see, everyone will be having the same focus. And then once you are able to share, not only share the vision, share the benefits of the organization, as well as take the people and give them, because when you have the camaraderie, that is coming about as you develop the organization, you will be able to go about it. And certainly, because there will be people who will be joining the organization, someone will be leaving, this is going to happen. Because this is bound to happen, because anyone who joins and who will come here, because bound to leave someday. Likewise, people may leave and people may join, but once you have had a shared vision, once people do have the shared vision, they will be working for that great purpose, not for the transactional benefit that is coming about in terms of emoluments and facilities and other things. That will certainly be there. After all, because they will not be deprived of anything, they will be getting what is due for them. So in order to get such a focus and such a confidence, such a willpower to gather oneself and to come out of any disappointment, as well, even one is doing well, you have to be, because you never know, because how things will change. Suddenly a product may be out of focus. There may not be any market. Suddenly the market may vanish. We have seen, how many vaccine companies were coming about, and during the COVID period, suddenly the market for vaccine has come down. Those who are focused and only working on the vaccine, they are not able to survive, and they have to look for other products. The people who have taken, the decision that it will be one of the verticals and they will do it accordingly, they will go on changing. Because even the vaccine also, because it's not the continuously, you will have to continuously develop and bring it, what is required for the market. So it is a continuous process to have all these things, because you need a strong vision, and that the vision should be, because you should have the capacity to execute and the confidence. You should have a wonderful team to have, And all those things, we have seen. As I was telling, the person who has been sacked by Microsoft overnight, he has, gathered himself and come back and become someone, because he has shared his experience. Basically, he has shared the experience. We should not be bogged down what is happening. That you will not be able to bog down only when you get into your internal confidence and your internal vision and internal strength to stand up to any trouble or anything, any obstruction comes in your life. So this is where, exactly the Upanishad was focusing on, as we will be covering, because the last two mantras, which is going to give the benefit of this Upanishad, those who are reciting, those who are propagating, and those who are disseminating, and those who are listening to, all these things, will be coming into focus, because in the last two mantras, this is with this, we are coming to the third Valli of wonderful first chapter of Kathopanishad. So when this comes, it gives the benefit, and we will also see, what is that it benefit means. It is not something, you will be getting something out of the blue, and you will not be getting a lottery or something like that. You will be getting the unsurpassable confidence, and you will be able to get the skill, because which you can face anything squarely. And you will also be having the willpower to go about to do it, whatever be the circumstances. It is not the physical strength only matters, it is the mental strength that matters. We may be seeing in the Olympics, what is happening. People are going there and the unexpected results come about. How it comes about? It depends upon the mental strength. A man may be, having all the skills. For instance, you take the 100 meters race. Both of them have the same timing, 7.89. But the American, he was just ahead by 1/1000th of a second. So that makes the difference. So likewise, that skill, that is only, it's a mind game. The mind enables you to give the performance. So in our day-to-day life also, we are able to be happy, we are able to go about, not only that, we are able to face anything. As well, we are able to take everything. Even something good happens, we are taking it appropriately. We are not going overboard in celebrating that. So the next three, the mantra number 16 and mantra number 17, we will be covering. Mantra number 16, 1.3.16, it is basically telling the knowledge, what has been imparted by Yama to Nachiketa, the glory of that knowledge, has been said here, because glory of the knowledge, when it means by listening to that, by imbibing that, what is the glory we will be able to get? That's what, they have brought to the entire mankind. We will be going to the mantras, Nachiketam Upakyanam Mrityuproktam Sanatanam. Nachiketam Upakyanam. The Nachiketa, how, because the knowledge has received by the Nachiketa, and the grasp, what he has, because he has given the total devotion to that. He has been given lot of opportunities to be happy in this life, with all the wealth and all the wealth and power, but he has not gone for that. He has gone only for this knowledge. It is going to be, it is the highest we can get ever in this world. So once you are getting, it's not only going to help you in the other world, in the present world also, when we are remaining here, it will give us so much of confidence and power of mind to go about anything. Not only that, we will be able to now solve not only our problem, and we will be able to help others, we will be able to guide a lot of people, and the life will be a wonderful sort of a journey for all of us, the purpose for which we have come into this world. So Mrityu-proktam Sanatanam, as told by another, it is eternal. Sanatanam is the sense time immemorial, primordial. Our Vedas are considered to be Sanatana, Aupurusheya. It has not been written by anything. Why? It has all the intuitive Shrutis, which has come without any contamination of the human mind. So when it has come without any contamination of the human mind, it is the highest vibrations, that can be, because it is a cosmic knowledge, you can say. You can call it Maha, that you call Hiranyagarbha, whatever, because you may call it, that is the cosmic knowledge. This knowledge, because available across, but only when you get the right antenna to get the vibration, you will be able to get. The intuition is the right antenna. You will not be able to go by the logic. So because Tarkena na labhyate, because this is what it has got. By logic, you will not be able to get any decision, because the transcendence takes place by experiencing yourself, getting the vibration to the highest cosmic level when you are able to get. Because when you are at the crossroads, when you don't know what to do, Suddenly a flash of thought comes, because it asks you to meet someone, it asks you to do something, it asks you to take a small step. But finally it turns out, because that is the solution, because it has come about, which you might not have thought of. That comes only when we focus. And this is what exactly says, don't get bogged down. Because you will be get bogged down when you go on seeing, what is coming out every day, because whatever you enjoy or whatever you get, you depressed, whatever happens, because happening in the world will happen. You will not be able to change the world. Jagrati iti jagat. Because we had, because 2 years before pandemic, now it is not there. Before that, we had different thing, and you will find in a lot of fights are taking place. There are a lot of the commotions are taking place. Then people are coming back again, and there are a lot of good things are happening. Someone is coming out and create an organization, which is going to be a sort of a institution worth the name. Lot of institutions have been created by the highest power of the mankind. So because the institutions as well as the organizations, that a group, as well as what is happening is because of this internal journey, adhyatma adhigamane, because this Upanishad has said adhyatma adhigamane, in the sense, when it is coming, it comes by not only that you become deserving to get that idea. How you become the deserving? By focusing, as well as you keep yourself, with purity of the mind, without like or dislike. These things, it will take time. It's not that on a, suddenly overnight, you will not be able to get it. For this, it gets practice. It's practice even in Gita, Bhagavad Gita, when Arjuna says, whatever you are telling the great thing, I am not able to do. And then he says, Krishna says, yes, mind is like that. No, because you will not be able to do. But abhyasena prapti. Because by slowly focus, 5 minutes, or maybe 10 minutes meditation, focusing on, try to think about what is that and what am I doing it, is it going to be anything and all. But when a problem comes, don't get bogged down in the problem. What has gone wrong? You will be able to see only when you are dispassionately look at what has gone wrong. Otherwise, you will not be able to see. So this is what exactly they said, and then it says, the mantra says, Uktva Shrutva cha Medavi. The Uktva Shrutva cha, one who is able to propagate, disseminate this knowledge. Shrutva, one who is able to listen and absorb and imbibe. Both of them, cha Medavi. Because Medavi in the sense, because you become the man of highest wisdom. How wisdom, is helpful, because knowledge is something, but wisdom is distilled knowledge is the wisdom. Knowledge and information, distilled information is knowledge. The distilled knowledge is wisdom. Wisdom, when it comes, you will not be able to apply rhyme or reason or logic, because it will tell you what is the right thing to do at that point of time. You will not be going by the precedences. You will not be able to go by, because something which has happened earlier, and you will not be able to apply the same thing here, because those things are not possible at all. Medavi Brahmaloke Mahiyate. Brahmaloke Mahiyate in the sense, because in the where Brahmaloke, in the people, with the wisdom, in the company of the wisdom. Brahmaloke is because we have got the concept of Swarga and the Moksha and all. Because you Mahiyate, you are the one, who will be celebrated in the sense, because your wisdom will be celebrated because you are able to dispense that wisdom. Uktva Shrutva. It is not that, whatever Vidya Danam is the highest. It is not even Vidya, it is beyond that. Why a guru's importance has been brought about this? A guru is the one who has not only had the knowledge, he has also got the wisdom. How wisdom comes? He has lived whatever, is the right way to live by getting that wisdom. Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam. He has not only learned, he has not only absorbed the knowledge, he has lived it up. So having lived up, when he is able to guide you, because he is not going to impart in terms of, because reciting to you everything and all, he will knows what is your strength, weakness. It is like, a sculptor making a sculpture, from a bare, because rock. He will take away whatever is not required out of the rock. Finally, it will turn out to be a wonderful, like, because David or, Michelangelo, whatever they have done, Devi Prasad Chattopadhyay, and when they have done, they have all done, because at the highest level, they know the vision is there. Even a movie is taken, a director has a vision, how the scene will come, how he has to bring it, how he has to present. All those things are there. So that comes, because basically when you are able to apply yourself, not, because the same, what has happened, by repetition of anything, by following something, but by your own intuition, by visualizing. When you are visualizing, you will be able to get to the highest possible transcendence, and then you will be able to manifest. It's not that simply visualize, you will be able to manifest. You have to get this internal reflection, Sharavana, Manana, Nididhyasana, they will give the highest, Mahiyati. This is what has been said in this. So this gives you, because how that is, that process has been described in the last three chapters, what we have seen. It has also said, because you will not be able to, because you will always be able to go after, because what is delectable and, what is pleasant, certainly, because in the world is offering everything and all, you may have to, but once you have tasted, once you have seen, is it of any use to us? And then, once you see, there are something much better, how you are giving the priority, that becomes important. This Upanishad enables you to give the priority to the right thing. In the sense, you will not be dissipating your time in unwanted things which is not going to be of any help to you, help in your growth, nor it is going to be having any sort of a, you are not going to get any more skill, you are not going to get any more knowledge, you will not be wasting the time, you will be going for that. The last mantra, this is the last mantra of the third Valli. This is the one finally it says, because when you have got such a wise people and wisdom, they have gone through everything like Nachiketa, they have not been, because given in, any of those temptations, the world is offering, they have given up on it. Because temptation, it's not that, because you just be, controlling everything and live like, sort of a, in a fear, that something will, no, you live like a majestic emperor, because you will be able to discard, but some thoughts comes, towards temptations, you will discard it. But, your goal is high. Once you are able to see the higher goal, rest of the things are unimportant. A child, will 2 years, it will like a toy. But after 2 years, maybe when it is 4 or 5, it will not like the same toy. It goes for something else. Likewise, when you shift the goal, the old goal, will no longer matter, because once you have a transcendence, once you got a higher purpose, so I am going to be someone, who is going to be helpful. Maybe I am going to create an organization. I am going to help a lot of people, or I am going to get the benefit of, because interacting with a lot of people, because whatever knowledge I can, I am going to share it. Even that's good. And whatever we little we know, whatever areas we work on that, if we are going to share and care, nothing more than that is going to happen. The last mantra is Yaimam Param Guhyam Shravayet Brahma Sanstati. Param Guhyam, it is secret of secret. The secret of secret has been brought. Ya Imam Paramam Guhyam. Paramam Guhyam is secret. Paramam Guhyam, the ultimate secret. Ya Imam Paramam Guhyam Shravayet. Because should anyone get this highest secret recited before an assembly of wise people, or at the time of, because once you get that, because then what happens, then not only you spread it, you are also, it is always a dialogue. The wise assembly is not only that you are talking, you are also able to get the knowledge, because when you are interacting, the vibration is there. The people, whatever they are willing, they are about to say, because even unsaid is available to you by vibration. So that is where, it says, it's not that, because you only will be, everyone will get the benefit and you will also get the benefit. And prayataha shraddha va tadanchatyaya kalpati. Because even shraddha it isn't shraddha. Shraddha is the ultimate. If you go to any of the Sai Baba temple, you will see two words written on that, Shraddha and Saburi. Shraddha is a total dedication. Dedication to the core, submitting yourself to the core. In the sense, because you don't think of anything else, because you only focus on, yes, because you are worshipping, you worship. And if you are doing a job, you are doing it. And if you are sort of helping, because a lot of people are, because you are also, I think, employing a lot of people, you are running an organization, you will be focusing on that. Or, you are trying to help people, who are jobless and trying to find, you will be focusing on that. When you are doing that, because you are not thinking of, what is it going to give it to me? If you are having a transactional, the world is not for us. Because there is one particular mantra is there, because we have to remember, and I think in one particular, it is a Bhagavatam, it is coming. In the context, I will just try to narrate that. Yudhishthira, because after, because all of they have got the entire kingdom and all after winning the war and all, he is looking after his uncle Dhritarashtra. He's he's elder to his father, and he's looking. It is his duty. He is looking after and all. And he looked after Dhritarashtra and his wife and his mother and all of them. He is looking after. But when he is looking up, suddenly, because it happens, because suddenly they have got advice from Vidura. Now they have to think of, the ultimate, the knowledge which they have to get, having come to the world. They go on, because they wanted to get into sort of, the Aranyaka, and they want to go there, do tapas and get whatever, benefit they can get out of that. Because this is the only opportunity for them. They have seen the entire life and they have lost everything. They have lost their children, but they have got a very good nephew, because Yudhishthira is taking care of everything and all. They were also, everyone was happy. In these circumstances, when they go, because they wanted to go, Yudhishthira feels, how can I allow them? He says, you don't go to forest and all. I will go on your behalf. Because he is so kind of person. He is my elderly uncle. Why he should go? After all, I have got entire facilities here and all the self power is there, because they can be looked after anything. You don't go. If you want, I will go for you and all. So finally, it is said, no, it's not that. And because finally, without telling him, they go. Having gone there, and he couldn't find them. So the Yudhishthira is grief stricken, what to do. He is asking, because how is it that, they have not told me, and what is going to happen to them, because how I am going to look after them. He is feeling all those things. Then Narada comes. Narada comes asking him, because why are you worried? Because I was looking after them so long. Now I am wondering, because it is my duty to look after my elderly uncle, and I have to look after them, and because my mother and all of them, I will have to look after them. Now they have all gone without telling me what am I to do and all. How am I to, because then Narada says, who said, you have been looking after? And he says he got stunned. And what is that? Even Yudhishthira, who is such a wise man, he got stunned. What is the, why are you telling me? Because you are dependent on so many lives. In the sense, because he says, whatever food we are taking, all the plants have got the life. We are dependent on those life. Of course, they have been created, for the consumption by the human. It's not that, but they have also got a life. That life sustains us. And the entire, because the earth, which is giving you, because all those things, it is producing the life, and out of which, you are getting it, because all the grain comes. Sasyameva jayate, as Nachiketa says, because the grain comes and grain goes. And if the rain doesn't come and there is no grain and all, there is a famine and all, people perish. So we are also dependent on the other lives. So why do you think you are, because when you yourself is a dependent on other life, what is that, you are going to be looking after? He gives, in the sense, we are always interdependent in this world. We are not all powerful, because we may be having a pelf and power and at that point of time, but we are not all that powerful. We have got only the limited, because we have been given the grace by which, you are able to get, whatever we are. That is why in North, because there is a proverb, daan mein likha hai kane wale ka naam. Because whoever is going to get what grain, it is already written on that. It is destined for that. So having taken that, I can't say, because I have done. Because once you have the concept that you are not the doer, someone is getting done for you and he is getting done through you, then you will not have. This is exactly, it has been brought about. This is exactly enshrined in Bhagavad Gita also, the same. And what happens if it is Yaimam Paramam Guhyam Shravayet Brahma Sansati, because once you get to the highest knowledge, the secret of secrets, once you get it, Paramam Guhyam, Prayatah Shraddha Kaleva, because in the assembly of wise people, or because when you are doing, because the rites, because the gratitude rites, you are doing for your forefathers, the Shraddha, when you do, even otherwise, any occasion when you are reciting Tadanantaye Kalpate, because what happens then, you become, you are eligible to get the eternal fruit, eternal knowledge. Tadanantaya kalpate iti. It emphasizes. So therefore, It is finally once you get, what is that, when you are getting the highest, you have become eligible to get the highest wisdom. What else you want in this world? You cannot, you don't need. That has already been proven by Nachiketa when he said, because I will give you Ayatanam, because I am giving you the entire world, I will give you all the wealth, all the pelf and power. He says he rejects everything. I don't want anything. All of them, because will be there till such time they are destined to be there. Nor I am not interested in all these things. I am interested only one, the highest knowledge. The highest knowledge of, because to what is this knowledge, because why it is emphasized again and again and all. In the sense, the death is a word, because every human being always, because it creates a fear in the mind of the human being. That's why I quoted, because 1965, because there was a very famous Pulitzer Prize winner, who has written the book called Denial of Death. Because the human life is every day, what we are trying to do is we are just, because indirectly we may not be able to consciously aware of it. We deny the death in the sense, we feel, we are confirming we are existing today. We are existing today to do whatever we want. We are existing today to enjoy the life, what we want, we like to do whatever we have planned and whatever we is going to give happiness. That's what we are doing. So if you take, because once you have, this the insecurity which is created, by the word death, mrityu, that is called it. It is nothing but because everything has got a beginning, everything has got an end. See, you yourself build a house, and after some period of time, you sell it, and someone else buys it, because as far as you are concerned, it has gone from you. But you will not be bothered because you have got another house. Likewise, like this is like that, because everywhere it is like that. Human life is also like that, because the soul is going to be permanent. The body is going to be, so therefore nothing to fear. And you have got such a highest, once you have the wisdom, you will be able to face everything squarely. Even because whenever it happens, whatever it happens at any point of time, you will not be giving up. And because you have got, because that is where, when happens, when the wisdom comes, what happens? You only think of the highest thing. And if you are a devotee, you will think of the name of the God, kingdom of God. And if you are someone else, you will be thinking of the highest thing, because by which, you can do something, which is going to be sort of something great, in the sense, the purpose is great. Once you will have such a noble and wonderful purpose, it takes you, several layers above, and you reach the pinnacle of the purpose for which the human beings have come into this world. This is exactly has been concluded in this Upanishad. We have seen the chapter, the three vallis of the first Adhyaya, and we have seen how Nachiketa, has come there, and because how he rather, has not been tempted by any of the things. Everything was given, to get the highest knowledge, and he has also gone by how two things always come into this world: shreyas and prayers. In the sense, the shreyas and prayers, in the we can, put it in a simple words. It is the action and reaction. When because the world will be throwing at you so many things, but if you are going to be affected, it will imprison you. But if you don't react, nothing will happen. But it throws you so many things and testing you. If you don't react, the action will be there, but you will not be reacting to anything. You will not be reacting to any insolent words. You will not be reacting to any insults. You will not be reacting to anything that is happening. But at the same time, you will not be elated by excess success. You will not be overjoyed on something happening. You will be sthita prajna, what we call it. You will be balanced. The fine balance will be maintained. So once you are able to live, and that is the life for which we have come, and not only that, we are gloriously going to live, and we are also going to see all our people, who are with us, our family, friends, and known people, and people whom we may not be meeting, and all. We are all, everyone is going to get the vibration from us. They are all going to happy. Let's know one thing, friends, and I think whenever someone has come in our life, it has been purposely been ordained by the power that be. Otherwise, we would not have come across. It is something, to give it to us. That is why even Atithi, because as Atithi, when a guest comes, because the Upanishad says he has to be taken care of, because they are all coming with a purpose. And you are also made to meet them with a purpose. If the purpose has to be achieved, you will have to be open-minded and get whatever the best comes in every interaction with everyone. Make a life a wonderful journey all through. This is what, because the first chapter, the third Valli has come to an end. We have seen the best of and all those things, and we will be going into the next chapter 2, which is going to be the highest, because now they have given you all the sort of inputs, all the tools they have given. How these tools are going to be helpful, and how, because we will be sort of a different situation, how we will be able to work ourselves, and how philosophically and psychologically and emotionally how we will be able to stable at any point of time, that is going to be taken in the second chapter. Again, it has got a 3 valleys, and we have got more than about 60 odd mantras are there. That's going to be a sort of a book. After by finishing, by the time we come to the end of second chapter, we would have got all the essence of Bhagavad Gita. You might have read, or someone has told you all those things, we would have got it. So this is the greatness of this Upanishad. We will be completing this today's session, and we will be having a small meditation, and we will be concluding the session as of now. Sahana vavatu, sahanau bhunaktu, sahaviryam karavavahai, tejasvinavadidamastu ma vishvidavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Just we will